Welcome to the Smash It Show. It's Duncan here, and today I want to ask you and I want to help you to see whether or not you're wasting your time in what you're doing. I think there's something really interesting that there's two types of people. There's the type of person that just goes and goes and goes and goes and goes and will never ever stop what it is they're doing. And then there's the other person that gives up so quick and jumps and jumps and moves and goes to the next to the next to the next. Which one are you? Are you the person that just carries on no matter what? Or are you the type of person that just jumps as soon as stuff starts happening that's bad? Well, here's the thing, is both of them are problems. See, in nature you must plant a seed, then you must, nurture, you must look after it, you must fertilize it, you must water it, and eventually that seed's going to grow. However, if you've planted the seed in the wrong soil, if you've got the wrong fertilizer, the wrong timing, and the weather changes, you're not going to get any harvest no matter how good you are at fertilizing and watering it. And so I think the funny thing is we must understand the fine line. And so in my life, for a long time, I just changed and shifted and moved. I just kept on jumping from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next, never actually getting enough success because I wouldn't stay doing one thing long enough. And then my mentor said to me, Chris, no matter what, you got to spend a year doing this. And so I completely changed and I just totally committed to something. And in the end, I was still pushing it and it was way past its use by date. And I needed to have stopped a long time ago. And I think it's interesting that we talk about this and actually create two things. One's called a stop loss. And a stop loss means is if you aren't hitting a certain amount of success in that area, you stop and you change. So for example, in my business, if we start a new business and we're not doing at least $10,000 profit a month within 6 months, that's our stop loss. If we can't hit that in 6 months, well then we stop. That's it. Done. Now, that's really interesting, and I think this is interesting in relationships. I think this is interesting in so many different places because a lot of times we're told, just make it work or make it happen. But there's got to be a time and a place. So I have one in my relationship. I said to Harriet, I said, look, if we have 3 months where we're completely unhappy, we need to have some serious conversations. And 3 months for me being completely unhappy is a long time. And so that's the stop loss. And so I've actually created stop loss in many different areas of my life. And I think that's important so that you don't stay in something too long. But then the opposite is true, okay? Is you must stop a loss and at the same time, you must also give yourself the amount of time that you must stay in something, okay? So whenever I start a new business, the opposite is this, okay? Is I have a period of time that I'm not allowed to change, and this is called my lock-in period. And so whenever I start a new business, I have a lock-in period of at least 4 months. So can you see it? I'm locked in for at least 4 months, and I have to go hard. I have to go for it for a whole quarter of that business year. And if I want to change, I'm not allowed. It's part of me making a decision. I know I'm making a decision for at least a quarter, 4 months. Then I get to there, then I'm going to reevaluate that strategy. I'm going to go, is this strategy working? Should I be changing? Are doing videos online working, or should I be doing something else? How am I going to get my message out there? I'm going to give it 4 months. Then I have the stop loss. If I continue and it's still not hitting a result, then I stop. And so these two things are really interesting. So I think in whatever area you're in, if you're a person that keeps on jumping from one to the next, to the next, to the next, give yourself a lock-in time that you're not allowed to change what you're doing. You're not allowed to change the strategy and you just go for it. Don't jump from blogs to Periscope to YouTube to writing articles to doing live events. Just choose the one you're going to do and do it for whatever time you think's right, whatever your lock-in period is. And at the same time, have a stop loss. These two things will make sure that you compel yourself to the next place. Every quarter I check in, I ask myself this, am I getting closer? Is what I'm doing actually working, or is it better off choosing something else? And then I have my stop loss. I go, wow, okay, I've been doing this for this long. Have I actually hit the result? No? Well, maybe I should change. Love you so much. Absolutely smash it out there. Have an amazing day. Bye for now.